guys, and welcome back. I'm gonna call this episode 1 of our garden makeover. The mound is going, finally. We are back to renovation videos, and today we have a pretty big skip, as big a skip as we could get in the front garden. My dad is here to help. My mum is looking after Teddy, and I think we'll get the majority of it done today. We already had day 1, which I'm gonna insert here now, and honestly the mound went down way quicker than we were expecting. So yeah, we're hand digging it all. We've got a wall to knock down, and then right at the end, which we won't be doing, we're gonna get somebody in to grind down the stump, which is obviously in the middle of it all at the moment. It's been the biggest eyesore and I can't wait for it to be gone. Does mean the house is gonna be muddy again. So we have a big pile here, which my dad is putting into buckets, and then Ollie is bringing through into the skip. How quickly do we think we're gonna fill this?
It's filling pretty quickly.
It's filling really quickly.
Yeah.
We've also got a nice hole in it, which is going to be... Oh, there's one there as well.
There's also just massively cracked on the side there. I mean,
let's hope it'll take it. I've actually been given a semi-fun job, let's hope. I'm going to be starting to knock down the brick wall. Last time we did this, we said it was going to be really easy, but then we found there was loads of metal jarred into the wall, so I'm hoping it's not going to be that. Look at this. Well, you can certainly start to see through the garden now. This little bit here is seeming like a little bit of a game of Jenga, the way that I was taking the bricks out. It's got a load of just like cement that's been piled into the middle, and I have made a really lovely and neat pile of the bricks here to make them really easy to move. Despite how long we do it, Ollie and I will never be neat and tidy with renovating. But I'm hoping to get a bit more of this down. I just need to get rid of this so that this part of the mound can just hopefully be flopped over that side instead of having to dig through this way. I think that'll be easier.
It goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground.
Standing up real close so that it's more of a reveal. When you see it, it's still a mound. But it's getting there. The pillar has gone, the wall has come down, and I don't know if you can like quite see here how much of the earth has gone. The skip is filling very, very quickly. It's nearly about half full, so we're probably going to need another skip, which we kind of knew anyway. But this square footage that we've been missing in our garden, I was just saying to my dad, like, it's just junk here, literally. It's not even really a rockery anymore. It's just had rubbish put in it over the years, so wow, I can't wait till it's gone.
It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me?
Technically end of day 2, but I kind of feel like we can call this majority day 1 because the first day was just about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours max that we spent on it. This has nearly been a full day, and I'd say the majority of the mound has gone. We've got obviously all of this soil here, but this it's just an open gap, or mostly we hope, where there was like a little bit of a pond water fountain. And then obviously we're not taking down the tree. You can kind of see, I think this is like some original outlining of the tree when it was just a tree. We're getting a like stump grinding machine in with it. We're not doing it ourselves, we're getting a professional in to do that. But it's gone now.
It's gone.
Ollie's determined to get this.
I wish this would come out.
Which I know, yeah. But I think we got to leave it to another day. It's amazing to see it all gone. And it'll be really nice. I know our garden's a total mess, but it's going to be nice to see it from this view. Crazy. 5 years of having that blocking our garden. It's going to be amazing to see like the full potential of the garden. We have uncovered the pond that was once a pond. Definitely not for a long time because it was full of that. But we're hoping to get that out. And now we've just made more of a hole. Looks like a bath. That could be a great Otto bath.
Just put this back in.
Yeah, that's far enough down. There's some... That's fine, isn't it, if we have grass over this? Gosh, it's bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, originally.
Over the years. And I'm hoping that that's bigger because then that'll mean that there's less soil. Yeah. Get all of this bit leveled out. This project felt very much like a treasure hunt, only we were searching for the worst thing that we could find in the mound. Some very random objects, a lot of rubble, so much concrete and brick coming out, not just actually like I'd say half soil and half just random junk in there. I couldn't understand what this object was here. If you can figure it out, the green bit, the plastic bit filled with concrete, got concrete around it. It had no purpose, by the way. We were still shocked at what was coming out. You can see our reaction and what that item was here.
Oh my. Reinforced with steel.
That's bloody lethal. And that there, that is our watering can. The yawn represents how early it is. We have Trade back in the house again. And I can't quite remember where I left you off with the mound. It has been a little while, but we finished and it is flat to the floor. I don't think I showed us going flat to the floor because I felt a little bit like the camera was just rolling for a lot of digging and a lot of shoveling and hacking, and I'm probably going to regret that because I always feel like the end is the most like revealing part. But yeah, it is now flat and we've got the stump grinder coming in today. We waited, I think it was about a month, so we're now actually in September and the weather isn't so good. I had high hopes that we were going to finish it off this summer and actually be able to enjoy it. Well, not really enjoy it, but to be able to put some bark over it, not have weeds grow, maybe to put some plants on it. And at one point I was thinking about putting a lovely swing on it for little one to enjoy, but now that the winter's here and we're renovating next spring, summer, I don't think there's going to be any point in making it look too pretty or usable. But it is so amazing to see the space that we have now. And it has taken quite a bit more than we anticipated. It was 3 skips in the end. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to show you some clips of the guy actually grinding the stump today because it is a big job. He's just getting it all sorted and off of the van now. And then maybe tomorrow we're in like a week, 2 weeks of solid rain at the moment. Like the rain is just pouring. But I think tomorrow there might be a little break. Maybe I can go and get some bark and we can finish it off and say the mound, well, the mound is gone. The mound is gone, but say job done.
Using that to beaver away at this. So his plan is to take all the material out on the bottom, then he's going to go through a chainsaw and lop it off, and then we should be left with a big stump that we can chop up and probably give to our family for firewood. And then I think he's going to go back in with the stump grinder and clear away more of the roots so that it's all below ground level. Good morning. It's quite early. We've got quite a lot planned for today actually, but the stump has gone yesterday, so we're going to get rid of the bark, push it to the side, then level out the mound area as much as we can, and then pull the bark back over and maybe put some weed membrane on top to stop all of that coming through. And I think Otto's going to help. You're going to help? You blend into that bark quite a lot, actually. Right, let's get to it.
We're both back now and we are hoping to weed membrane this. So we have a load of cardboard that we've been piling up to go down first. We got some weed membrane and also some bark. It's not going to be the prettiest, but with having a dog, we need to contain this mud somehow or other. So we're hoping this helps. I mean, I knew this already, but the sudden realisation that the whole of our garden is just a mess, so that this is never going to look that pretty. But at least it'll be more practical. Of course, we don't have enough bark, so we're going to have to go and do another run for that. We didn't know how much we would have because we used a lot of the chippings, that came out of the tree itself when he was doing it. So that was all on top of here, you would have seen. And it does smell insane. So the tree surgeon did actually say that these fir trees hold their sap, which means that they like don't rot, and you can really smell it still. But yeah, it ain't that pretty, is it? I'm just moving some stuff up here from our patio area because in the winter we move it to the end of the garden to get it out of the way a little bit for the dog to run through. And I feel like I have to say, if you are new watching this video and you're thinking that mound actually was probably better than this weird barked area that you've now done, yes, I would definitely agree with you. This is such a temporary thing again. And as I've been doing this, I've been thinking, gosh, this garden has been kind of like a project. And it's a step-by-step thing. It's been 5 years, and each year I feel like we take away just that little bit more from this area. And honestly, we're going to be left with next to nothing soon, but that's kind of what we want. We want to start with a blank slate. The extension will come out much further, then we'll do patio, then this bit here, which we have just made into this lovely area, will be grass. I know you gotta have a lot of vision because our garden is an ugly duckling at the moment, but I'm hoping we can redo some of the brick walls, put lovely borders in, lovely plants. At the moment we're keeping it as low maintenance as humanly possible until the extension happens, and then we can make it beautiful again. And honestly, because it's a long garden, I do want to put in a few like plant walls coming back in to divide it up slightly. I was so eager today, I didn't even put gloves on. So I'm gonna go and wash myself up now. I will show you. The unfortunate thing as well is that when I took the before pictures of the mound, it was a beautiful sunny golden hour. No, I think it was early morning actually, but it was lovely and sunny, and it's like the gloomiest day. There is no mound. We can see to the end of the garden. Yes, there are weeds. If I'd have had more time, I would have tidied up the garden too. We need to do a really good autumn winter cull cut back hedge to the left there, which you can see it's actually a rose bush. We're prioritizing the inside still until next year, and I was thinking this is actually probably going to be great because next year we won't have our patio area because that is where the extension will be done, but because our garden is quite long, I'm semi hoping that we might still be able to come out to the garden. So this area here might actually be able to be our new sitting area. We can put the table and then we've also got the end. Maybe I will move this down to the end and I can like kind of divide it off a little bit. It's progress, I promise. Stick with me, and hopefully in a few years you will see this garden transformed to a glorious place to be instead of this. I've just finished editing through this video and now I'm getting a little bit worried to put it up because I looked at the before and after, and it is, as I was just saying, the before kind of in a way looks very pretty because the light's coming through. All of the weeds are like very fresh. There's some like depth and layers to the garden with how it used to be. And then the after is just like flat and such a grey, horrible day. And obviously because it's a bit of like an interim project, I haven't, or like we're not making it look pretty yet because we can't turf it because that would be pointless until we've done the extension, or even to like do anything to make it look that much prettier. And even I am now like struggling to see what we're gonna like do with the garden, because I think as much as it's nice to have it as a blank slate, and we did want it flat so that then we could add the like layers and textures and plants that we wanted. It's also like quite overwhelming because it's a big long space, and I do think what they say is so true. Now that we've taken away some of the like curves and almost like the hidden elements to the end of the garden, I think the garden looks shorter, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think there is something quite nice about having it in like little sections, which was always our plan anyway, to kind of like divide it up again, but we can't start dividing it until we know how far the extension goes out and then how far the patio goes out, and then I think we'll divide it from this end down. Like some lawn, we've talked about a veggie patch, like a kids patch, but again it's one of those things for us where it's like, well, kind of in a way it has to get worse before it gets better. However, you saw what came out of that mound, and I just don't think we could have ever, I mean, I didn't want to keep it, it's such a huge space in the garden that could be used for something actually useful instead of a dumping ground. But of course, like anything, it was a lot of work for kind of, in a way, not a lot, just flattening it. Ollie and I have talked a bit since we've been going through like the Mound project, just how much this house, though it was a renovation project, there were elements to it that have made it even harder. For example, the Mound. A lot of renovation houses might just have a garden that's already flat, maybe a bit overgrown, but nothing like that. And we've also got our like outhouse thing down the bottom, which the wall at the end like hasn't really been built properly. We basically have a lot of bodge jobs in our house. And despite us being no experts and doing a lot of it ourselves, I feel like we're having to correct all of those, as well as just deal with like the updating and the damp, the electrics, the heating, like everything you have to do anyway with a renovation house. So yeah, if we ever picked another one, there would be a few things that I'd be more conscious of. For example, the Mound never even came into like a factor for me as a job. And I suppose it didn't need to be. Anyway, what do you think? Do you reckon it was worth it? Anyway, I'm gonna get this video up this week because we have moved forward now up onto the top floor. So the renovation series for that will be coming next. See you guys then.